Hello.
Hello,
How are ya?
hello. Hi, Andreina.
Hi.
Yay. How's it
How are ya?
going?
Good to
Hey,
see
we won
you.
today. The Mets won. Yay!
Woo!
Woo!
We
Who do
did.
we
We should have
got?
won yesterday, but yeah, it's all right. I'll take it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see who's back. Marge is back. Yay! Welcome.
Yay, March.
Let's
I
see who
love
else
your
is coming on.
emojis.
All right. Mark's on. Yay, Mark. I know, Mark,
Yep.
you didn't work today. Who worked today and missed the Met game? Or who, cut work and
Wait,
watched the
Hooky.
Met game? Or maybe
Hi,
you were
Tom.
working
How
and
are
watching the Met
ya?
game.
Good to see you, Tom.
Hello. We're talking about who cut work to watch the Met game.
Yeah, that
Or,
would have been a
well,
beautiful game to go to, right, Brenda?
let me tell you, what a beautiful day. City Field was rocking. The Mets won. It couldn't have been better.
Yes.
However, I'm just gonna put it out there. It's not so bad to be on the couch listening to Ronnie, Keith, and Gary. I mean, I love them.
I know. They're the best.
There's something to be said about their analysis and their expertise and having two players, one a pitcher, one a hitter, of course, Met players that
And
will
my
comment
crush.
on the game. And
Yeah,
they
and
never
they're always so fair about everything, about the other team, and very fair about everything they comment about the game is right on, spot on.
and
I
you know
just
what?
love when go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say they don't hold back either. You know, they tell it like it is, and I love that about them.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
my favorite is when they giggle. I don't know if you noticed this, but they giggle a lot. And I think it's Keith giggling because I hear him even like containing his laugh. I hear it. And Gary is so good at like keeping it. He keeps it going.
straight lace.
And
Yeah.
I give Gary a lot of credit because I would be like laughing out loud with Keith and I would be like doing my snort laugh. And I don't know how they keep it together, but I hear them giggling in the background and I love it. I love that.
Yeah, I love those guys. Even the Todd Zeal, commentators after the game, they're just as good
Awesome.
too. But Keith, Gary, and Ron are my favorite. 18
Yeah,
years out there.
I
Yeah.
know. We're so lucky
How
to have
about
them.
I want to know who watched the game today. Come on, let's hear it. I mean, I know Tom's not a Met fan, but hey, you know.
Tom is a fan. Tom said
He's
the
a
Mets have
fan.
a history of great announcers. Yep.
Yes, they
And then we're
certainly
keeping it
do.
going.
And Bob Murphy, Ralph Kiner, Lindsey Nelson. I mean, they're classic. And they were together for such a long period of time. I don't know, with the 18 years that Ronnie and Gary and Keith have, I don't know if there's another group out there in baseball that has been together that long announcing.
I don't know either. I mean,
Oh, Howie Rose. Yes. Oh my gosh, Marge. Marge loves Howie Rose. We always were fans of him. We know it's the radio and I don't care. I
I
love
listen to him
listening
when I
to him.
can watch the game. I put the radio on. So
Yeah.
yeah, he's got that voice. I put on a game at work and kept. Okay, so Allison said I put on the game at work and kept making excuses to go into the room to watch it. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot
well,
of
hey,
breaks, right?
me too. I scheduled all my meetings this morning so I'd have time in the afternoon to watch the game. So I saw Marge wrote about polar bear too. Oh,
Wait, let me see. Marge said she got stuck. Oh
what?
God, she got stuck watching the Yankees, but it was
W-
interesting. What?
Why? Why the
No,
Yankees?
no.
Because they were playing it today too, but Margie's in Pennsylvania, so you probably don't get to pick
Mm,
what's on, right?
yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the game today. So what do we think? Who should get MVP for today's game? Let's get some comments
Uh,
out there.
I think, let me see. McGill.
He had a good pitching outing. Yes, he did. How
Yeah.
about
I think the pitching, the
Nemo?
pitching.
Nemo.
Nemo.
Yeah. Yeah, he had what was he? 3, I believe 3 for 5. He looked good. I have to look at the stats, but he had an RBI. Um,
Mm-hmm.
let's see. He was 3 for 5, 2 RBIs. And also my buddy Fam, who I think is fantastic.
Tommy
um,
Fantastic.
Tommy Fantastic. He was 2 for 3 with a walk. Yeah, definitely Nemo.
Yeah,
Allison
well,
says Nemo. Yeah.
yeah, let me see.
So what if you were watching today's game, was your head going to explode when they had the bases loaded and didn't score? I mean, honestly, I just thought, "Oh my god, I'm seeing last night's game over
Uh-huh.
again and I'm going to see them not hitting." I was just I
I know.
I
I
was
don't want to
beside
develop a
myself.
trauma. I don't want to develop a trauma about them having the bases loaded with no outs because that should be a good thing. But lately, it's not a good thing. So I don't want to go like, oh God, no.
The
They
Mets have
need
one of
to.
the worst averages with runners in scoring position this year. Hey, look, let's face it, it's 13 games, it's a small sample size. Once again, we're not going to go crazy and panic, but maybe we will panic a little bit. But,
I don't think we should
still,
panic, but we need to. We, as in me and Buck, and us and Buck, we need
call him
to
now.
really
Call him.
start thinking. Huh?
Call Buck right now. Call him on the
Call
phone.
Buck right now. We need
Yep.
to also, like, we don't want to wait until something, we keep falling down to the bottom of the standings, because I feel like there's the Beatties, the Vientos, and they're doing really well on Syracuse and the AAA team. And I look at that and then I see like Vogelback, God bless his heart, he's not really doing much. Um,
Hey,
who
he
else
lost
is not doing?
15 pounds.
Escobar. Say that again.
He lost 15 pounds. We'll give him credit for that.
Well, I don't know. He needs to put it on the bad.
Well, he's
Um,
never going to be like a full-time player either. He's always going to, you know, um, be an
DH, but yeah, but they
alternate.
can have
Yeah,
mental
or
DH.
yeah, no, that's not what I mean. Even like, hitting wise, he's not going to be out there against lefties, that sort of thing. So, um, definitely, the elephant in the room. Let's talk about it now. Is Beatty going to be brought up or not? What do we think?
I think he will be brought. I want him to be
Yeah.
brought up.
So I guess it's like maybe, we could do like a little um I don't know, a bet, like kind of wager when we think Beatty will be brought up. Will it be like before May or after May? Something like that.
I don't know, but Allison's right. They all homered yesterday, so they're. I know it's not the major leagues, but still, compared to our other guys, the dead bats.
Well, yesterday too, when the Mets weren't hitting and they were leaving runners in scoring position and they looked horrible, you thought, "Oh my gosh, let's bring these stars up," because really, well, it's it maybe arguably, you can argue about some of them, but not Beatty, right?
Yeah, well,
He
Allison has a prediction here. Allison is predicting that Escobar, if the Escobar doesn't heat up by May 1st, even she's giving us a date, then Beatty will be brought up to push him out. Hmm,
I think so,
that
and
makes
it's
sense.
going to depend on Escobar, and we cannot afford for Escobar to just sit around for 5 months and
Mm-mm.
decide to get hot in September. We're not waiting. That's not going to happen this year. You know, we
No, it's
appreciate what
not.
you did. We do appreciate that run at the end, Escobar, but
Yeah.
it's not going to work this year.
Yeah, Marge
We
says they're giving Escobar a chance. And she's agreeing with Allison. So yeah, I think we're all on the same page. But I
Yeah.
think I don't know if Brenda's on the same page with me about Francisco Alvarez.
Oh goodness.
I know.
Look, he had to come up because we had an injury. So the Mets did not decide to put him on the team initially, and he's only up because he has to be
Omar
up, right?
Alvarez. Yes, yes.
So, but
And he needs to no,
it's
well,
painful. It was painful last night watching him.
yeah, it was,
He
but
was over anxious.
yes. He
I
was
mean,
not
God, tell me, what do you
swimming
think?
well.
What do you think, Andreina?
I think I mean, defensively, I think he's better than offensively for now. He's only 21. I mean, he looks like they call it the bull Escobar, El Toro. He's like a big guy. He's 21. There's a lot of potential. Defensively, he's great. I think he really frames pitchers
He gave.
well.
Wait a sec. Wait. I'm going to stop you right there. I know, and
Why?
I said this the other night. I said it the other night. The 5 runners, they steal on the pitcher. I get it, but you could have thrown out one of them. I mean, come on, like 5 guys ran on him. I don't know how great he is defensively. He's got a great arm, but is he accurate? Mm-mm.
Well,
Not so far. I
but
haven't seen it.
defensively also goes with like how how you catch the ball and how you receive it. And I think he's gaining some of the pitchers like Scherzer's trust. And I think maybe Zenga is probably the one he wouldn't be able to pitch well because of that fork ghost ball. It's a little crazy, but I think we don't have a choice, but maybe don't put him in like really deciding situations, but he's gonna have to, learn under the fire. So okay, I
Yeah,
have this coming from Ron. I read it. He said, put Escobar on the bench and shake things up. I agree, shake him up. He needs to start looking over his shoulder and understand he is replaceable. And I think he does,
yeah,
Ron. I think he knows that.
yeah. For sure, I think that contract that was signed is a factor, and I hate that. I hate when they give a player money and then they say, "Oh, we're paying this guy, so we got to play him." No, you play the player who's producing. And the bottom
Yeah,
line, because
yeah.
that's what it's going to come down to. It's not what you're paying the guy, it's are you winning? Because that's what's going to get you the money at the end. It's going to bring the fans in, and that's what we need.
Yeah.
So,
And I think Alvarez, I agree with Allison, somebody needs to like he's just very young and I think he's definitely getting over his head. Um
well, he's over
and
anxious. Definitely
mhm.
over anxious. And wait a sec. Who watched last night's game? And when Hader came in and was wild, there was absolutely no reason for the Mets to go chopping at these pitches that weren't in the strike zone, especially Alvarez. Like, come on, dude. The guy's not throwing a strike. At least let him throw a strike. I was just swinging at everything.
Yeah,
And,
I
and then the
runs
Mets have been the
winning ball
best in
games.
walking. They've been the most patient team. So I don't understand why that wasn't the case last night.
We have a
So
comment here from Mark. Runs win ball games, not dollars, not money.
that's right. True.
Mhm.
Boom. Good point.
And Ron is saying to bring back Bonilla. Apparently, we're still paying him.
Oh my God, do not bring that up, please. Sore spot with me. Um,
Yeah.
so what else
So
we
we all
got
agree.
going on?
We all agree
We're
that we should bring Beatty, Vientos, and Mauricio. We all agree on that. We disagree a little bit on Alvarez, right?
yeah,
I'm glad Marte's back, my boy, because I was really worried about his neck.
okay,
And
yeah.
he's not done much, I know, but I like seeing him there on the outfield
He's
for some
always
reason.
he's always good when he's on the bases too. Or at least he has been where he, in the past, he hasn't stolen that many bases, but this year he seems to be moving a lot more. That's another thing is the Mets are stealing bases, and who would think, and I know it has to do with these
Nemo
new
stealing
rules.
bases.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I mean, it's great.
Marte
We got to
Parte.
we got to see Vogel back steal some bases,
Oh
like the
God.
commercial.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I like
Marte
it.
Parte. What does that mean?
I like that. That's a joke, right? We're gonna party with Marte.
Oh,
Yes.
Marte Parte. I love it. Yes. Those
Yeah.
three are
So,
hot. Mets always wait. Marge said those three are hot. Mets always had a great minor league system. Well, we have to use it and um, shake things
yeah.
up.
But that's the other thing, if we're going to talk about the minor league system, let's talk about the holes that are on the team now. And if the Mets need to acquire some talent from another team, who can they depart with in their farm system to get that talent? That's a big deal because there are some gaps. And are they going to trade one of their big guys? Because nobody's going to give us somebody without getting anything back in return.
Yeah. We have a comment here from Saipo Thingy. Young guys are anxious to do a lot to make sure they are replaceable and get sent back down. It's a vicious cycle. Yeah, I
Mm.
think it's tricky because they're really trying to do a lot to be there, but it can get in their heads, and then that's it.
Yeah, they're pressing a lot, right? Yeah. So what do we think about this coming road trip? We're going out to California already.
We're going
I mean, it's
west.
April and we're going west. Like, when did that ever happen? It used to
I don't
be
know.
June, July. Now they're going out there. I mean, it makes sense, right? It can be cold here. It was great weather today, but it could be cold in April, especially at Citi Field. So going west is not a bad thing in April. And of course, playing Oakland to begin with, to start the series is great because they're the worst team in baseball right now. So
Yeah, we should grab those 3 games. We
that is
should.
my expectation. My
What about
expectation is that they win all
how's
3 games.
how's LA doing? I don't know. I can't see here.
They're they're doing well. They're
Yeah. Okay.
typically consistent. Yes. So
Oh yeah, third place.
Tom has a
Mhm.
comment about the balanced schedule.
Oh, let's see. This is the balanced schedule. Every team plays every other team in baseball at least once. Yeah. Well, and
Yeah.
I think it's good to kind of shake things up again, and then go west and early instead of a little later. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just see what happens. Let me
D Ian
see.
has a comment about the, who should be a captain on the Mets, because I think that's an important point is
Hmm.
that they don't have a captain. They haven't had a captain in
Yeah.
5 years. Who would that be? I mean, would it be Francisco Lindor? Would it be
Let's see what.
Alonso? Let's see. Let's take a poll out there. Who would you select to
Yeah.
be the captain? Because it would be great for them to have a leader on this team.
Yeah, I know. I I think Lindor in my case, because of the energy. Allison does not want a captain. Nope, no captain.
Okay. And yeah, I'm curious
Oh
about
no, she
reasoning
means
for
if we
that.
had. She said if we had two Nemo or Alonso. Okay.
Yeah.
Marge says
I
Nemo. I mean Alonso. Sorry. Tom agrees with
I
me. Lindor.
yeah. I like Alonzo. He's kind of goofy. But um he's always involved. You always see him in the dugout, cheering for the players, rooting them on. He's jumping up and down, he's patting them on the back. That's the kind of leader you want. Somebody who gets along with the other players, and of course, he's a great player, so he shows it on the field.
Yeah. Type of thing. He says if there was going to be a new captain, I'd it make the most sense to make it Alonso. Met from day
Mm,
one.
yeah.
Okay, well, so
Okay,
I
we're
think
kind of
Alonso.
split
We
on
have.
that, but
I think Alonso wins.
yeah, I
Um,
think so. We'll have to do a poll, like get back to this too later on. In a couple months, we'll see what people think at that point.
yeah, yeah, but
So,
I think Alonso is the strong.
hmm
Well, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
it's true, Allison. Nemo is also a Met from day one.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. That I think that's important too. That it's like David Wright was brought up by the Mets, and I always felt he was a franchise player. He was a franchise player. He was the only player other than Tom Seaver that I got a jersey that said David Wright on the back, because I was like, okay, he's always going to be a Met. So you have to like look at it that way. Like, do you think that this player is always going to be on the Mets? Not that it's kind of, fantasy,
no, it
right?
is
To
true
even
because
think
what
that,
like
but
Tom is saying that Lindor is going to be our shortstop for the next 10 years. So
mm, right,
if he
that's a good
approaches
point.
it,
Yeah, the only thing he
if he
didn't start out as a Met, but does that matter? Maybe
doesn't
that
matter.
doesn't matter, right?
Yeah,
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 yeah. So we'll see
yeah.
about that. So there's something really crazy happening in Oakland this weekend. Did you hear about that, Andreina? Do you know what's going
Something
on?
about a celebration, not so much for
Mm,
us.
yeah, it's kind of like a slap in the face to Met fans. There is a celebration for the 1973 Oakland A's, who beat my beloved 1973 Mets team, and
Mm.
they're gonna celebrate 50 years, and they're gonna do it Saturday, and the Mets are in town. Like, how ironic is that? Or did they plan that? You know, I
What are
have
they
to.
celebrating?
Well,
I
they
have the
won.
color
Well, we don't want to talk about that. They're celebrating the World Series against the Mets.
when
So,
we lost.
which they barely beat us 4 games to 3, and we were underdogs during that series. And I was like a little baby, maybe like a couple years old, but I kind of remember. Actually, I was a little bit older than that,
You were
but
cheering. But wait,
yeah, but
why are they celebrating? Uh, is it all because it's
well,
20,
it's
whatever, how many
yeah,
years?
well, it's
30?
50 years, 50
I'm
years,
sorry. 50
1973. If
years.
I
And
did my
we're going to
math
be
correctly.
there. The Mets are going to be there to be part of the celebration. I don't
No, we're
know. I
not
don't know
gonna be
about that.
celebrating. They're just gonna just do it in front of us. But for me, that team was the reason I became a Met fan. So the
Mm.
Mets of 73, my favorite player is Tom Seaver. And then there was, Kuzman and Matlack. And you had so many fantastic players during that time. Um, that I just, I became a Met fan. I'm big on pitchers, as you could, see. I named pitchers because that was what the Mets were all about back in the early 70s. So, and the other guys, it was Reggie Jackson, it was Catfish Hunter, you know.
My
Um,
Mets, the year I fell in love with the Mets was 1986, and they
okay.
won.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can't beat 1986 because that was just the best of the best for the Mets.
Yes.
And it couldn't have ended better. It's just like such dramatic fashion because it was
I like
so
what
1986.
I like what Ron is saying, that the Mets should be the party poopers and sweep the series. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Payback, hey, just like we did a little payback on San Diego here, the Padres, we beat them 2 out of 3, after they beat us last year. So I think that's the case. Of course, there's no Reggie Jackson on Oakland now, so we don't have to worry about that.
And it's not October,
Oh,
so
yeah, exactly. No Mr. October.
no,
Yeah.
no, no.
So
Um,
we're also gonna play LA, right? And San Francisco.
mhm. Yep.
So we'll have to,
It's
see how that goes.
We're gonna play our buddies, Flores, our former Mets, Wilmer
Oh yeah.
Flores, Conforto. Who else is there? Oh, Ruff. I think no, Ruff is in the. Sorry, I read that he's gonna be on the minor leagues, the farm. He's not even in the major leagues. Let's not even bring him up. Sorry.
No. No, no,
If I
no,
can,
no. We're not gonna
if
talk
I can
about
edit
him.
this podcast, I will take this out.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
Yes, March '86 Mets pitching was superb, and the first baseman was great too. Okay.
yeah.
Okay, let's see what Tom is saying here. For those of us a little older than Andreina, don't be so sure. Don't you be so sure, Tom.
Yeah, no, you're a
We go
babe. You're a
back.
babe.
We go back to 1969. Well, that's a very special year for me as well, and I'll tell you, off the air. My favorite
Oh,
memory of that year was the Mets had a super fan who held up these big signs. What signs? Tom, what signs? Oh, they gotta believe. You gotta believe. Yes. Right? Oh God, Brenda froze. I think we lost Brenda. I'm here talking to myself. Yes, the you gotta believe that was Tug McGraw, right? Um Brenda, yeah, we lost her. Um just let me see. What I remember, Tom said, I remember as a young boy watching the Mets with my grandfather on the day Tom Seaver struck out 10 batters in a row. Wow, that's great. What an incredible memory. Uh, yes, but Tom, but it's the you gotta believe sign, right? Um, um, Lenny Dykstra. No, I don't remember that. I remember the one from was it the 70s or the 80s? Was the same that with the one that would run with the. So I'm getting text from Brenda. She's saying she's coming right back. No, Brenda, we're not gonna end it without you. Don't worry. Um, yeah, we'll see, Brenda. I don't know. Definitely buffering. Marge, do you have an emoji for that? Oh, good. Um, oh my God, yes. So March remembers that lady. Mm-hmm. Did she only ask Lenny to marry her or anybody else? Um, Well, what else do you guys want to talk about? Well, until Brenda comes up, I want to talk about hits. People who get hit. There's a lot of um, players getting hit, and they're blaming it on the pitch clock. What do you guys think? Because the pitchers are rushing. Okay, she just asked Lenny to marry her. Thank you, Mark. So, any thoughts on the pitch clock and the hits by pitch? It's possible. Yes, it's possible. Hello,
Hey,
Brenda.
can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you and see you.
Okay. So there's this gremlin out there that is, I think it's like, I don't know, something with the Yankees.
Unplugging your devices.
It has to do with the Yankees. It's just getting into my system and knocking me out. But I am back, and sorry I missed whatever you're talking about.
I kept the fort going, and we talked a little bit about Tug McGraw and You Gotta Believe. And
oh
then,
my God, yes, Tug.
But then I remember something we wanted to talk about was the hits by pitch. And we don't have a lot of time, but maybe we can pick this topic on our next podcast, because they're saying that the pitch by clock is what's causing all these hits, hit by pitch, because the pitchers are rushing to throw and they don't have time. Oh God, Brenda froze again.
Well, that
I know, there you are.
Explain last year.
Well, true.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
It doesn't explain why last year they had it. Yeah, I think those gremlins are telling us it's time to cut out, I think.
Yeah. And I think Mark's saying that the pitchers are more aggressive. So yeah, that can be the reason why also, last year was, I think the baseball had something to do with it too. They were making them a little different. So
yeah, a lot of factors. So, hey, everyone, make sure you subscribe to our podcast and also invite others. Hey, you don't have to be a Met fan to be included in this. You can be a baseball fan. Hey, we got Red Sox fans on here. We just want to get more people involved.
If you like to talk about baseball, just join us.
Spread the word. I know Tom's been promoting us. We appreciate that. We appreciate everyone who joined tonight. Just keep it going. Make sure you subscribe. You can also share this to others. You can share our podcast. You can do it on Facebook.
Because we're going to be famous, guys.
Like the Mets.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it.
Ron, thank you. We appreciate your comments and your presence.
We'll figure out when we're going to be back. You'll have to check it out to see if it's going to be maybe Sunday night or Monday, because Sunday's a late game. Also Monday could be earlier because it's a late game. So we'll see.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Let's go Mets.
Let's go Mets. I know we're still alive. We're dancing. See? Great show. Bye. See you later, Brenda.